Yeah, no, it was a good response from the players, and really, really proud of them and really happy for them. You know, they've been through a pretty torrid week, so to get some reward at the end of it was really good.
How much was the emotion of the events of the week behind that victory?
No, who knows? You know, it's hard to give you any definitive answer. There's an amount of emotion there. Yeah, it's hard to define, but you know, we need to give credit to them. You know, emotion doesn't guarantee victories, and I thought the way they controlled that emotion was very good. They channeled it very positively, and were able to get the result that we're looking for.
To ask this in two parts. What did you learn about yourself and your willingness to take this job on? And what did you learn about your group?
Well, I learnt that there's enormous character within the group. It's been a really tough week, as I mentioned, and they were able to respond. In terms of what have I learned about myself, I haven't really sat back and self-assessed just yet, but there'll be time for that.
Was there any surprise in it?
Sorry?
Any surprise in what the job finally became?
No, not really.
That was the first time since, I think, round 8 you kicked over 100 points. What do you think the reason for that was?
Oh, look, I think it was a little bit of the mentality that we took in. We wanted to be really attacking, wanted to take the game on. So, yeah, that was part of the message we talked about during the week. And I guess the other thing is it makes it so much easier when you end up having a lot of contributors. You know? So the weight of numbers tonight was definitely in our favour. We had more players playing well than what we've had in the past. And if you get that weight of numbers, you get consistency because the load's shared. And I thought, you know, you're hard pressed to find too many guys who weren't strong contributors tonight.
No doubt you probably wanted to be attacking in recent weeks as well, but weren't able to sustain it. What do you think the difference was in terms of being able to keep that pressure on the full 4 quarters? Yeah,
look, you're right. You know, like against Sydney, we tried to attack, and it was difficult conditions. Against Essendon, certainly we tried to attack. So it's not like we haven't done it before. I haven't seen it before. We've done it early in the year, a bit more consistently. But I guess it was just the mentality of the guys that they weren't going to take no for an answer. So, you know, there was a time in the third quarter where we were challenged, and it would have been easy then to perhaps to revert back to being safe and go back into our shell. But, you know, to their credit, they stuck with it. They continued to try things. And, look, we knew tonight wasn't going to be, you know, a highlight really in terms of perfect plays. And while some were, there was a whole heap of execution errors that we made. But I was prepared for that, and the players were prepared for it, but they committed to sticking with it.
What pleased you the most about the game?
Just the consistency of effort from all the players. Yeah, so it was really good.
When you say take the game on, was part of the fundamental message of that is you were prepared to move the ball forward rather than sideways and backwards this time?
No, I don't think it was exclusively forward. You know, if we could, we wanted to move it forward. And
that seemed to be more the first instinct rather than...
No, I think there was just more urgency, full stop, and perhaps we had players available in those positions. We took that, but I can certainly recall times we went sideways, you know, to good effect and good advantage.
I think your captain's come under a bit of fire this year. You must be pretty wrapped with the way he led from the front.
Yeah, look, Nathan, outstanding. You know, I don't think too many people within this club have ever had any doubts about Nathan and his ability. I should really put the other guys in the leadership group as well. Scott Stevens, Michael Dowdy, Ben Rutten, along with Nathan, you know, were instrumental in this win. Their ability to be amongst the players and to keep them calm early in the week and to keep them on track was pivotal. So those guys played a very important role, and Scott Thompson I should have mentioned as well, who's in that group. You know, for Nathan to lead that, you know, he took the responsibility of playing in the midfield. He's been playing back probably the last month. So step up in the midfield, big game when the club needed him, I thought probably showed the character of the man.
Can I get an understanding from you what it was like to actually command a team?
It's a hard one. Once again, I haven't really thought of it. I didn't find it anything that I was out of my depth or anything like that. So that's a good thing. But yeah, it tended to unfold how I was hoping it was going to, and there wasn't too many scenarios which I found that I couldn't handle.
Is that why you're cautious? Because maybe there is more to unfold that you don't want to...
Once again, I'm a novice in terms of coaching. I haven't coached before, so there's no time pressure on me to say that I have to until the end of the year. So let's let it unfold. Let's see how things go. We'll make that then. I think I made that pretty clear from day one.
Mark, during the week between coaches, there would have been a period when the players thought they didn't have a coach. They were suddenly all by themselves, even if it was a short period. Did they meet together during that time and have a good look at themselves?
No. That period would have been probably 15 to 20 minutes you're talking about.
Well, before you stepped in, there would have been, I'm sure,
15
hours for good reflections, especially...
15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
Neil spoke to them on Monday. I spoke to them on Monday afternoon, 15 to 20 minutes later.
Did they have any meetings at all without any of the coaches?
Not to my knowledge, no.
The question still lingers as to what we need to make of the playing group. 103 points for their competitive performance. What's it said to you, though?
Well, I mentioned before, it's enormous character for them to be able to come out and respond because Port didn't let us win tonight. We faced a spirited opposition who were desperate for a win, who were coming off a week's break. So, I thought that the way they were able to concentrate and, as I mentioned, all contribute across the board sends a very clear and strong message that that this group is not going to drift into the last 6 weeks of the year and get to the end, reset and hope that it's going to be better next year. They're really keen to get something out of the end of this year.
There's also said that they maybe did need the change.
Well, that's a predictable statement in terms of, I had a number of people say or heard people talk about, the change of coach. You're always more likely to win straight after that. But once again, I can't ask any more of the players and to go out there and do what I ask them to, which they've done. And hopefully they continue to do that.
So how are you doing them this week?
Oh, well,
we talk about the troughs of the emotional game. How do you do with them now?
Well, they just need to make sure that when they come back to the footy club, that they are really clear about what the objectives are for this week. It was pretty clear last week. Whilst there perhaps won't be the emotion going forward, they'll certainly be really clear about what the focus is, and the challenge that I'll put to them is to be able to do this consistently.
Your personal emotions at the moment, is it relief or joy?
Look, there's certainly pride is one that springs to mind. There's an element of relief there as well. This club is a proud football club, and so when they're not in a very good position like we were at the end of last Friday night, nobody's happy in the footy club. So to be able to take one step towards returning us to where we want to be is a good thing. So hopefully, as I mentioned, that's the first step, and we continue to walk forward.
That's it. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.